Sister here, and I'm here with another new video. So, it is January 7th, 2023, so it is a new year. So, happy 1 week into the new year, everybody. I hope you all had a good New Year's and a good holiday season. I know I did, although Christmas was a little weird, as my parents both had COVID on Christmas. So my mother got COVID the Thursday, came positive with COVID the Wednesday before Christmas, and then my father tested positive the day of Christmas. So we ended up having Christmas about a week and a half later, which was lovely. So that was nice. I did spend Christmas with my husband's family, as they always do a big Christmas morning thing where we do a gift exchange. And then we also have gullets, which are kind of like little fried dough things. They're very tasty. I don't know if you can tell, but Brownie's up there. He's hanging out. He's napping. He must be dreaming because you can see his leg is twitching. But yeah, that's Brownie. He's hanging out, sleeping on one of his favorite spots on the couch. Yeah. So saying how he spent Christmas with Christmas morning with Dan's family. Yeah, and that was really lovely. And then we kind of chilled out after that. We had Christmas dinner with his grandparents as well, and his parents. And then after we had Friends Christmas with our group that we meet with every Saturday, which is the Dungeons and Dragons group, which is made up of Dan's brothers and their significant others, as well as his older brother's friend and his wife. However, I don't play Dungeons and Dragons with them, but I do come and hang out. So yeah, so then we kind of had our own little Christmas, and we also did a gift exchange then, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's how holiday season went. Let's talk about some stitching. So, what I've been stitching on is, what have I been stitching on? Great question. Well, I did have a new year, new start. That is this. Let me pull it out. So I had a new year, new start of a little mill hill kit. This is called Spring Bouquet. It is fireflies. So Dan calls me his firefly, and I call him his dragonfly. So that's why this was started. And I made pretty good progress on it for one day. I did join the Black Needle Society New Year's Day stitch. I believe it goes this way. So yeah, that's the start I had on it. Oh yeah, and I might pick it up later this year. I don't know. But yeah, and then this is just kept in a little reusable Ziploc bag that I found. It's really pretty. It's also like iridescent. Yeah, so that's that. I've also been stitching on. This is called Polar Opposites, Polar Slide. This is also actually another Mill Hill kit. It's a small little series that consists of penguins and polar bears. So this is the polar bear. I also stitched a penguin skating, and then this is a little polar bear who's sledding, and this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And then there's also a little penguin that is skating, and I finished him already. And then when this one's done, I have another one of the two of the penguin and the polar bear kind of hanging out and hugging together. So yeah, so that's these guys. Oh. Brownie made some noise there. Alright. Sorry for the crinkle. What else have I been working on? Oh, I've also been working on Frosty Forest. Ooh, the pattern's attached. So, this is Frosty Forest. I'm working on the square right here, which is Bluebird Cabin. So I am stitching this 1/1. This 1/1 is a giant pain in my bum. So I actually only work on this for as long as I can until it kind of starts to strain my eyes, and then I jump onto the polar bear. So these two Polar Slide. Polar Slide and Frosty Forest are my two focus projects for January. So every month I have I'll talk more about that and plans later in the video. And then I've also kind of thrown in a couple other things as well, such as my I am working on a 25/7 project this year, and that is Birds to the Boughs by Lindy Stitches. Oh, I never showed you the cover page for Frosty Forest. This is Bluebird Cabin. So this is what's gonna look like. Let's see. Yeah. It's just not gonna have the owl button in there because the original pattern is stitched 2/2 for the owl button, and I'm stitching it 1/1, so it won't have the owl, but that's okay. Alright, anyways, back to Birds to the Boughs. So, Birds to the Boughs. This is going to be a kind of a bit of a wedding sampler for my husband and I, as we got married last year on August 20th. And so my goal is to finish this by the end of the year, and this is my 25/7. So every day I try to work on this for at least half an hour, sometimes more, sometimes less. At least half an hour. Sometimes I end up working on it a little bit more because I get into it and I lose track of time. But yeah, so right now I'm working up here on the little bird part. Yeah, that's better of what I've worked on. So this is about this is like the page 1. I'm almost done with it. I just have to finish the bird, and there's a little bit of doodads right here too. But I can show you the whole pattern. So this is the whole pattern, what it's going to look like when it's done. And then I might sneak in our little date somewhere in there, maybe underneath the pink bird. I'll be able to sneak in the date. But yeah, so that's my 25/7 project. And then I also did put in a couple stitches as well into this, which is going to be my dog's Christmas stocking. So this is Britter Puppy Christmas Stocking from Buttercup Designs. I started this on Christmas Day, and my goal is to have this done by the end of the year. And this is my dog's stocking, Brownie's. This will be Brownie's stocking. And then next year I'm going to work on my stocking, and the year after that will be Dan's stocking. Yeah, and what I have done so far on that is this. So this is just the bottom of the tree in the stocking. Yeah. So that's pretty much what I've been working on. I've kind of lost track of my stash as it came in. I kind of forgot to put it aside, so I don't really have anything for stash. I do have one thing actually, and that is this. This is the Stitching Journal and Planner from the Black Needle Society. This is just gonna help me keep track of my stitching and what I'm stitching and when I'm stitching. So as I mentioned, well, we might as well move on to plans now. As I mentioned, every month I have some plans for every month is I'm going to work on at least 2 to 3 projects. Actually, no, 2 to 3 projects. It depends on the month. And yeah, and I am going to show you those projects coming up. Yeah, so plans are to work on my current January plans and the Birds to the Boughs. So, let's listen to my plans, my 2023 plans for the rest of the year. So, February. Got some plans. Alright, so February are stored in this really pretty project folder actually, so it holds a couple different patterns. Small patterns. Yeah. So, the first project I have for February is this. So, this is Love. I think it's actually a year in charms and celebrations or something. Yeah. Yeah. So, this is Love, which is it's a Lizzie Kate series. So, it's Love, Celebrate with Charm. And I have this entire series, so one of my plans is to stitch the holiday in the month that it is. So I'm just going to show you all of them right now because they're all the charts are stored together. So this is March. So in March, I'll be working on Luck. And then April or May, I haven't looked what Easter is. I'll be working on Basket. And then July, oh, July's gonna be a busy month for stitching. We have Liberty. And then for October, we have Boo. And for November, we have Think. And Christmas, we have Merry. I mean, December, we have Merry for Christmas. So yep, those will be stitched in their respected holidays month. However, May, June, August, and September don't have holidays in them, so I might use those to take advantage and hopefully get these done, because I also would like to have these done as well for this year as well. So yes, that's those plans. And then I do have a couple more February stitches as well. So that is, we have Heart of Hearts from Bent Creek. This is a small one, so I'm hoping maybe I can get it done in February. I have a lot of hope for February. So that's this one. That's the start I have on that. This is on a big 18 count burlap type linen from, I think, Wilchel. I don't know. It came with the kit. So yeah, it's a Bent Creek kit. So it comes with, it's actually stitched with pearl cotton, which is kind of fun. So yep, so that's that. And then I also hope to get another finish in February. I have a lot of hope for finishing things in February. So we'll see how far I actually get. So this is Farm Fob, which is another Lizzie Kate. So I do have one side of the fob done, and then I hope to get the other side of the fob done. So that's this. This is a, yeah, it's a Lizzie Kate. That's a frosted pumpkin needle minder, and this is the fabric came with the chart. And this is what the Farm Fob will look like. So that's what I hope to get done in February. I probably am putting too much stitching on me, but we'll see what we get done. The main goal is to get the love piece done, and I would actually really would like to get Farm Fob done. So if I don't get Hearts of Hearts done or work on it, that's okay. But yeah, but it also comes with the rickrack and the buttons for that Farm Fob as well. So yeah. Those are February's plans, February's stitches. And I'll also continue to work on Birds to the Bows. And then next we have Mermaid Undine. So Mermaid Undine is a Mirabilia kit. Is a Mirabilia, no, she's a Nora Corbett mermaid. She is stored in this Niffler bag from, which is Chicken Boots. Chicken Boots no longer makes bags anymore, but I think you can still buy the patterns to make bags. This was part of a Harry Potter thing, and the bag also came with a couple of other Harry Potter related items as well. I believe it was a needle minder and a little charm and stuff. So this is what I have done on Mermaid Undine. This is a hands dyed by Stephanie fabric. I also did work on her last night for Fancy Lady Fridays, which is celebrated on the first Friday of every month. I did not get very much done. I mostly just got this little part done, as I had work yesterday. Work was very tiring yesterday, so I didn't really was up for stitching much, and that's okay. And what she will look like when she's done is this. She'll look like that when she's done. And she's all pretty and so beaded, and oh, I love her. She's so pretty. I'm very excited to get her. My goal is also to finish her this year too. So we'll see how far I get on her when I work on her in March. But she will definitely be a main focus for sure. Alright, and the other project I have for March is Mad Hatter's Tea Party. So this is what it'll look like when it's done. And this is what I have done. So I have 1/4 of it is done, and I'm working over here on this side working across. So how I work on this one is I actually work on it a block at a time, working down, and I split it each side into eighths. So I work on 1/8 at a time. Focus on 1/8 of it at a time. So when I'm done finishing crossing over here, which is the table, and then the Mad Hatter's over here, then I'll focus on the little bottom part below with the mushrooms. I don't really have a goal set for this. I do plan to kind of work on it, but Mermaid Undine is also in that same month, and her I really do want to finish. So I might set a day 5 days to put some stitches into Mad Hatter, as I remember falling in love with this pattern just because of the pretty fabric, and it's a really cool effect, is the black on the gorgeous hand-dyed Ada, which came with the kit, and it is from Bothy Threads. So yeah, so those are the March stitching goals, as well as the Celebration and Charm from Lizzie Kate chart too. Next we have April. So April's focuses are going to be Bird Crush Club from Lindy Stitches. So Bird Crush Club was a club that Lindy Stitches did last year. So every month we got a new bird, and also she also threw in some stickers, and the stitch is actually based off of photographs from a photographer, which I don't remember what his name is right now. But yeah, so included in that was also, so this is the picture, and then this is the cross stitch that Lindy made based off of that picture. So that was pretty cool. And then this is my progress. So I mostly just have the wing done, or that's the body done, and I'm working on the wing. But yeah, so that'll be fun to work on and pull out again. So yeah, so it also does included, in the package was also included a Threadworks as well, because every bird also had a Threadworks in it, and then we also got a little little blurb about the bird from the photographer as well, which was pretty cool. Actually, I have I think it's in here. Oh no, this bag has, yeah, and then we got stickers too. Oh, maybe I do. Oh, yep, here it is. The guide is Chris Gilbert. So, and then on the back it has a picture of Chris and information about the bird. So yeah, I thought that was a really cool idea that Lindy did, that Stephanie did, and I absolutely loved it. And I have all 12 of the birds, because I signed up pretty much as soon as she announced it. So yeah, that is the March stitches. Nope, just kidding. The other March, April, which I'm going to work on, is Summer Mouse in a House. This is from Just Nan. This was a limited kit that she did. As many of you may or may not know, I am also a very big Just Nan fan, and I collect all of the little mice and critters that she comes out with. So this I've had going for a while, and I would just like to make more progress on it. It doesn't seem to get much progress. And I'll show you what I have. So this is what I have done. It's 4 little squares. Not squares, triangles, and then you stitch them all together to make a little house, and there's a little mouse that goes with it. So yeah, so I just hope to get more done on that. It'd be cool to get a finish of that triangle and start the next one. But yeah, that's it. No rush. I'm not really too worried about it. But yeah, so that are the Aprils. And next we have May. So May is going to be, I only have one project for May, and that's because of Stitch Mania, which is chaotic because I have 18 different projects that I work on, one for 18 days. So I'm like, you know what, that's a lot, so we'll just have one focus project, which also happens to be a Stitch Mania. No, not a Stitch Mania. For some reason in my head I always think that this project is part of Stitch Mania, but it's not. So this is Hang in There, Kitty. This is just a stitched on the kit fabric, and this is what it's gonna look like. So this kit was given to me by my freshman college roommate, who tried cross stitch and found out she didn't really like it, but she knew I did, And then she found out that I stitched, and she gave me the kit. She didn't really have a good start on it. I actually had to pull out a lot of it because she made a lot of mistakes, so I had to pull it out. But that's okay. Everyone learns, and she found out that happens. Stitching's not for everyone. Alright, and next we have our June stitches, which is going to be Will You Be My Neighbor? Which is a play on Will You Be My Neighbor of Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers. So this is by the Frosted Pumpkin. Let's see, I'm going to pull out the cover chart. This is not a very good picture of the cover chart, as my printer was running out of ink when I printed it out. But this is basically what it's going to look like. And this is my project. This is my progress. So I have all of the words done, and I'm starting on the girl. So it's on a really pretty light pink sparkly fabric. So I'm not sure if you're able to tell what that is. Yeah, but I actually kind of hope that I'm able to. I would also love to have a finish on her too. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm also maybe biting off more than I can chew with her as well. Because the top has a barn and... See, the top has the barn and the lambs, the sheeps, and the little thing. So, we'll see. Plus the whole border around it. But I'm going to be hopeful. Because that's what I am. Alright. And next project I have is Beach Party Set. So this is a kit that I got from Celebration of Needlework. This is a class I took with Janice Note of Noteworthy Needle. So in that class, she basically showed us how to put everything together, and there is a little tiny little pillow that showed us how to do a lot of the basic stitches that are in this. And what I have done so far is not that much. So what I have done so far is this little boogie board. Start on the boogie board needle case. I did have a lot more done, but I found out that I had made a mistake somewhere in there, so I had to actually rip a lot of it out. So that's where I'm starting. And this is also a Stitch Mania project as well. Alright, that's my June plans. As you may notice, a lot of these are seasonal, so I figured start getting our beach stuff together, because June, to me, is the introduction of summer. Alright, next we have July. So, in July, we're going to have our focus whips are going to be two little things. So we're going to have, first up we have Day at the Beach, which is a Day at the Beach. It is a kit from Country Cottage Needleworks. This also is a Stitch Mania project too. And I've made quite some progress on it, as July is definitely prime summer beach season. So I got pretty good progress on this one, as I've had this one's been around for a while. So yeah. So I just hope to work more up here on this one, which I believe is the seashells. No, that is, yes. This up here is the seashells, so that'd be cool to get that one done. Yeah, and I'm just slowly making progress on it. And I'm more of a stitcher, it's about the process and less about the product stitcher. Although finishes are nice, I will say that. Alright, so that's one of them, of my July focus projects. My next July focus project is Summer in Nantucket from Plum Street Samplers. So that's what I have here. And then I also have, this is what I have done. This is also a Stitch Mania project as well. Yeah, so I'm starting to work on the house. I have the roof done. And yeah. So pretty good progress on that so far. Hit save. So that's that. Alright, so we're halfway through the year. Next we have August. So August is my birthday month, so I decided, and hold on, I'm just pulling the projects I have for the rest of the year forward a bit. I think one just fell. Anyways, so August is my birthday month. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna pick 3 smaller projects to work on. So first up we have Hawaiian Mermaid. So it's stored in this Maui bag. So last August, my husband and I also got married. So we went to Hawaii as part of our honeymoon, and in there I started Hawaiian Mermaid, and I also bought this really pretty bag as well of Maui, which has a bunch of the like big locations on there too, as well as the towns. So Hawaiian Mermaid is by Autumn Lane Stitchery. So this is what she looks like. And this is my progress so far. She is stitched on a very fun opalescent fabric, which is showing off more blue. It's more of a greeny blue. But yeah, I just hope to make more progress on her. No goal to finish, just progress and stitch on her. But she's small, so we'll see. Alright, next up we have Treasure Trove Trio. This is also another fun project. So this came in the Black Needle Society box. This is what it looks like in their pirate box. And then I converted most of the threads to threads I already had, because at the time we were mostly saving pretty heavily for our honeymoon and the wedding. So we were trying to be, I was trying to just be a little stingy. Not stingy, I don't know what the word, thrifty? Thrifty, sure, we'll go with that. And pulled threads from my stash. So that's what I have here. So I mostly just have her head and I think the top of the pirate ship done. Maybe I'll get more of the goal to finish the mermaid or work on the ship. But yeah, but this is also thread that fabric that was kind of dark, but I then tea-dyed it to make it a little bit more dark and tried to do modeling, but there's a little bit, not a lot, as it was my first attempt at tea dyeing. Coffee tea dyeing. Yes, so. Oh, also, forgot to mention, in July, oh, Bernie, what are you doing? Oh, looks like Bernie's repositioning. Oh, now you get to see his face. Alright, and also in July, instead of Birds to the Bows as my focus piece, July's 25/7 whip is going to be Brownie's Christmas stocking. Because mentioned I would like to get that one done. Alright, so that is Treasure Trove Trio. And then the last focus whip of August is going to be Beach Dance, which is in this beautiful 805 stitcher bag. I bought this as a kit. This is also another Lindy Stitches, and she had this all kitted up. Oh shit, shoot, oh, excuse me, language. So yeah, kitted up so it came with the pattern, things to finish, as well as the specialty flosses. You just have to provide the DMC. But yeah, so this is my progress I have on that. Yep, so just the start of the little birdie. One of the birds. And this is what it's going to look like. And yep, so those are my August starts. August whips. And Beach Dance is 2 blue-footed boobies. They are a bird from the Galapagos Islands. Alright. So those are August's whips. For September we do have 2 more So we have Cross Stitch Nation. So that's gonna look like this. This is what it's gonna look like from Heartstring Samplery. I started this, I think, as a New Year, New Whip one year. New Year, New Start. So I don't have too much done on it. Mostly just have the first lady done. Thought I heard a needle drop. Yes, I did. Okay, cool. I'll have to find that. Anyways, but yeah. So that's her. That's Cross Stitch Nation. Then my other whip for September is what is this called? Little Red Riding Hood Parade. So this was a mystery stitch along from the Frosted Pumpkin. They were revealing different parts of the pattern, kind of just showing little snippets, and I just happened to guess correctly what the theme was going to be, so the Frosted Pumpkin ladies, Amanda and Ashley, gave me a free pattern for it. So of course I had to start it. So I mostly just have the little house part. What I just showed you was just the first part of it, and I haven't printed out the rest of the parts yet. But yeah, so it's just the house and the float, and I just would love to just get more of that done. Yeah, I figured it's a nice, kind of very fall colors, so I figured that would be good for September. It's very fall-y. Then we also have, so those are my September whips that I plan on working on. And then we have October. So October's whips are going to be Ghost Stories from the Witchy Stitcher. That's what's in this little fun little bag from So Much to Love. I couldn't resist dogs in costumes. Oh, excuse me. Couldn't resist that. So yep, so this is what that's going to look like. This came from the Black Needle Society box. I think this was their Halloween countdown box, not last year, but the year before. And this is my progress. I actually really like this one, and I thought it was so cute. Yeah, that's it. Needle's missing. Oh, no. No, it's not. It's hiding. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm going to work on in October. And then my other folks, so I also have the year celebration with a charm October piece as well. And then I will also be working on Game of Thrones. So I don't, wait, do I have a cover photo for this? I don't think I do. But this is a Game of Thrones from, oh, what's it called? Can't remember. What is the name? Cloud Factory. So here's what I have done on that. I have House Targaryen, House Baratheon, and right now I'm currently working on, not Targaryen, Lannister. And right now I'm working on House Stark. It does have all of the houses that are in the pattern, but I'm just going to work on the main 4. So once I have Stark done, then I'm going to work on Targaryen, and then I'll be done. And I am House Stark, by the way, / Targaryen. Yes, I definitely root for the Targaryens. And the Starks as well. So those are my October stitches that I plan on focusing on. And next we have November. So for November, my focuses for November is going to be this fun chart, which is also in another So Much to Love bag. And this is Thanksgiving from Glendon Place. I remember when this pattern was first released, I fell in love with it. As I think the turkeys are super cute, but I also really loved how Thanks is done. It's really fun, bold, pretty writing, and then I just loved all of the fun colors. And that's all one thread. It's just a very variegated silk, dinky dye silk. So this is what I have done so far. I am almost done with the words. I just have the H done, and then I can start working on the turkeys and the bottom borders. There are multiple mistakes done in the letters, so it's going to be really fun doing the turkeys and seeing how I can get everything to line up. But the fabric is a very sparkly, just plain neutral. And you can definitely see that sparkle. Alright, so that's my October work. November. Also going to be working on Brownie's stocking as well, because gotta get that one done. Although these are two very large projects, so I'm not sure how I'm going to break them up. But yeah. Last but not least, we have December. So we're going to end the year off with some more projects. So first we're going to have Crystal Reindeer. That is this one. Oh, hold on. That's the one that fell. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So that is going to be, as I mentioned, I have a series of the Crystal Reindeer from Hinzit. I recently just finished Dasher, so next I'm going to start Crystal Dancer. These are really fun because they come with Swarovski crystals, and then in the antlers you stitch little emblems that kind of relate to what the reindeer's name is, and then the crystals go on top of that little emblem. So yeah. So I have Rudolph finished as well, and there's also a little sled that goes with it too, and that's done. So I'm kind of just pushing my way through this series. And then last but not least, we also have Cozy Owls, which is by a Russian designer. This is what it's going to look like. This was a kit, but I substituted out the kit fabric for something a little more like it was just an Aida. I don't always like working on Aida. So I swapped it out for this really fun hand-dyed crystal shiny fabric, blue. Yeah. And I'm also probably going to work on Brownie's stocking too, and that Charm It, I think. Celebrate with Charm from Lizzie Kate series as well. So December is also going to be another fun-packed stitching. So those are what I have planned for 2023. As always, plans, I enjoy making plans, however, I don't usually stick to them. Especially as the end of the year and we get towards the holidays, I probably will jump off strip and probably just get distracted by new things as well. My goal is for the year is to not start anything. I do have the exception of the New Year, New Start, and also my birthday start as well. However, if I find that I have gotten a fair amount of stitches done, I might allow myself to have a new start. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. Everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And stay stitchy, everybody. Bye!